Saul Gomez bring you unscripted and raw conversations with Latino guests and other immigrants from all walks of life. I'm all about keeping it authentic and showcase the vibrant narratives of immigrants, break down barriers, and create connections. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain by sharing stories and experiences. It's about celebrating diversity and fostering a deeper understanding of the lives around us. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of our video podcast, Latino Sin Filtro. I'm your host, Saul Gomez, and today we got a truly remarkable guest who's joining us at Latino Sin Filtro, the powerhouse, Rosie Lopes. And she's coming from Brazil. She's gonna be sharing a little bit of herself, what's coming up, and the events, and what she's representing with an association she got. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Rosie Lopes. How you doing, Rosie?
Hi, Saul. Thank you. Thanks for having me here today.
I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you came. And I'm very happy and excited because I know you're going to tell us an event that is coming for the Brazilian community. I also want to know more about BrazOka. And you're a person of multiple hats. I just remember the very first time that I met you in one of the Latino entrepreneur networks, and you were doing real estate. You were working as a corporate lawyer in Brazil.
Yes.
Why don't we start with that? Who is Rosie Lopes? And tell me a little bit of that background.
Yeah, so I worked for 10 years in Brazil as a corporate lawyer. I was taking care of all matters, contracts, the daily corporate activities and advising clients, representing the office in some other events as well. So when I moved to Canada, actually I didn't start with real estate. I started working as a business development manager for an immigration company because of that connection with law. Not necessarily the immigration law, but the law office kind of environment. Mm-hmm. With my 10 years of experience in Brazil, I could transfer all my skills to the office here and help them. And helping them with immigrants, working with immigrants, we started discussing the possibility of helping immigrants buying their first home, and also helping entrepreneurs outside the country buying a business here. So that's why the idea with real estate. And then I'm absolutely in love. I've been doing it for 2 years now, and it's a good connection because I have the legal background and I have the sales background. So it's how we connect things.
That's a really cool thing because I think the blend of both industries into the law and the real estate give you a lot of benefits or good perks as if I'm the customer.
Exactly.
Especially if you're coming from out of the country and don't know many of the policies and rules and understanding every single aspect, especially specifically for the law. Yes. I think that's a really, really good thing. And when you were working in the immigration services, did you get the chance to meet a lot of Brazilians?
I met not many Brazilians, more Latin, like other countries. Mm-hmm. It was not the real focus, the market, the mm-hmm. immigration office was after. And then we started growing the Brazilian team, and then I started meeting more people, but not only and not mostly through the company, the immigration company, but through the association. That I started meeting more and more Brazilians here. Yeah,
well, it's interesting because for the people who's watching though, we start the Latino meetings, and through the Latinos, we welcome everyone from different aspects from life, and we got the chance that we found out it was a lot of Brazilians in the area. Even when you guys speak Portuguese and we speak Spanish, we still brothers, we still connect and living in the same continent. We understand similarity a lot in the cultures, and that was great to actually get this this connection between us, right? Yeah. And they're starting supporting each other, and since that moment, I've been meeting other ones here through soccer, to the meetings, mm-hmm. through the business, and I'm very surprised. Like same way, a lot of Brazilians come with capabilities. Many skills, professionals, academic level, just like you, right?
Yeah. Many high qualified professionals coming from Brazil. I think the most important factor they actually consider to move here is the weather. Right. When I moved here, there were no many Brazilians living here. So just I met a few through the school because I came as a student. So through the school, I met a few Brazilians. Then after probably like 5 months, that I started actually meeting the girls, and then hanging out with other Brazilians. But before that, I didn't know anybody here. Right. So I moved here. And I started meeting people, and I used to say that every summer I meet about like 50 to 100 Brazilians, because in the summer is when we go to the beach, and then we go somewhere public, we hear someone speaking Portuguese, and then, oh, you're Brazilian, and then we introduced ourselves and we become friends right away. And what you said is very, very true. We are, the only difference between us, the people in Latin America, is just the language, right? But the culture is the same, the vibe, everything you like, we like, and we are brothers and sisters, as you said.
No, that's so true. Like you say, the only difference we got is the language. And you get to see every time you can recognize in either they're throwing a barbecue by the beach, even they're dancing, or because the music, and you say they gotta be Brazilians. And you mentioned before, like you went to school here in the Okanagan.
Yes, I came here as a student. So I was studying business. Okay. And I actually had to take just a few courses until I get my nomination through the BCPNP. So the company sponsored me, but that was my my entrance, like the way I got into Canada. It was through studies.
Through studies.
Yeah.
Well, and I just hear also that you are also taking another career, or say study or profession.
Exactly. So I am a lawyer in Brazil, as you know, and I have more than 15 years of experience between like trainee and lawyer and all. So after this 5 years living here, I was considering going back to law school and getting my credentials here, and I finally decided to do it last year. And I'm now back to law school. It's an UBC in Vancouver. Is an online course.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm taking it now. It's a long process, about 3 years until I actually can practice here as a lawyer. But I'm in. I'm there doing it.
I'm impressed, especially there's never limits. As
never.
Women, I got a big admiration for women. I know a couple of them. They got their kids already older, and they're like going to masters. Like you tell me like you planning to do 2 years to revalidate it and to able to apply where you actually did for many years in the corporate law. That will be very sweet. And but what impressed me more is like, how do you find time? Business development, immigration services, real estate. The school here. Yes. And now, and the biggest, the piece on the cherry is like the brain and heart of the first Brazilian association in the Okanagan Valley.
Yes. Well, I think time is, for me, I always say time, you always have time. It depends on your priorities, right? So I manage my time very well, first of all. So it's time management, organization, like how you organize your day. And your priorities, right? What you're gonna work more and spend more of your energy in. So the projects that I have, I'm usually transitioning between one and another and among other projects that I'm taking care of. I also volunteer for 4 other projects besides the BrazOka. But it's always like, I'm just gonna take something if I know that I will have the time to do it. And I know exactly how much time I'm gonna spend on that project during the week. Yeah. Right? Because I have the time limit that I'm gonna squeeze something in. And also I have my family, I have my husband to take care of, I have my dog, I have my house, and I have to live and rest. Right? So everything is planned. I think planning, organization, and priorities are the keys for you to actually do many, many things. And it's possible because I used to see so many people doing that and said, why I cannot, right? So I definitely can, and I just need to be aware of my time, how I'm going to organize it, and how I'm going to achieve it without, just damaging or causing problems within my family or my relationships, or doing something not properly done because I'm just trying to do too much, right? So whenever I feel that it's time for me to end the project or move on from something that I'm doing, I will do it because it was actually planned and I thought about it, and I think now is the time to move and do other things. Right?
That's great. You're truly inspiration, and I really feel you what you say though. All these main points and tips that you're saying, right? Like organization. That's a very skill level that everyone can say that I have, But if you don't manage your time though, right, it's gonna be kind of impossible. And I want to entrance to this a little bit, the real estate market in the Okanagan. Mm-hmm. What can you advise or give a tip, if any, let's say immigrant or Brazilians who's dreaming to make the Okanagan home,
yes,
planning to move here, and your experience?
Yeah, I usually give to my clients, especially immigrants, this tip is, if you're not buying a home now, you have to start, and you're thinking of buying it one day, you have to start planning now, mm-hmm. right? You have to start saving money for your down payment, taking care of your credit score, because you're gonna need financing down the road, and then you have to have a good credit score, mm-hmm. right? So start planning, start learning. I used to do some webinars to explain to people like what is the process of buying a home here, right? And then we didn't have much attendance, like it was very, very low, because unfortunately not everybody has this conscious that they need to learn and they need to plan and prepare themselves. I completely understand why sometimes, because they have another focus now. They need to study, go to school, they need to work to qualify to apply for permanent residency. Yeah. Right? So that's first I need to worry about something. That's how most of people think. I need to worry about one thing, then I move to the other. But it's possible to do it at the same time, mm-hmm. right? Because when you get your PR, when you start planning for your home, you're going to probably take 2 to 3 years. But if you already start planning when you arrived here, right, as a student or as a worker, when you get your PR, say, oh my God, I'm ready to buy my home. You know what I mean? So those are crucial, like planning, right? Save for your down payment, save as little as you can, doesn't mm-hmm. matter. Get informed how it works to buy a home here, how much I'm gonna pay, how I qualify for financing and all of that, and take care of your credit score.
Yeah, that's a really important message over there. It's literally set up a plan.
Yes.
Set up a plan specifically, and that's the thing. I've been living in this country for about almost 20 years, and didn't think exactly what you said. It didn't hit you until after, right?
Yeah.
But it will be very cool if I actually apply what you're saying since the beginning, right? But nowadays, there's so many families, they're immigrating families, they come with kids, they're trying to make a new life, and I think this country gives a lot of opportunities, but always plan ahead of time, set up the goals that you want to,
yes.
and then start working on it.
Start working on it. Start and don't give up. It's hard, it's difficult. All of us immigrants, was not easy. We didn't come here, as we were talking early. It's difficult, it's a hard way, but it's going to be worth it after a few years. So I was very aware when I moved here that I needed to start from scratch, and I needed to walk my way to the top. And this would take me probably 2 to 3 years, and that was exactly how it happened. So I also didn't plan for my house.
No.
Because, we don't know that.
Yeah.
And then that's why I'm here. I wanted to give people information. Information is gold, right? So this is with real estate. This is with the association. Mm-hmm. I share all the time on my social media resources. As you said, Canada gives you a lot of benefits and opportunities to grow here, and sometimes we don't know it or we don't go after it. And we lose opportunities.
You mentioned that at some point you were doing webinars, and didn't get a lot of, I say, attenders.
No,
right?
Yeah.
And is there another type of strategy you're using now?
The marketing approach now is different, right? So you need to work a little bit more of the external marketing, but in a way that you connect with people in a kind of more personal way, right? So doing a webinar for maybe 100 people, 200 people might not be the way that I want to do marketing anymore, or sell my services, or connect with people anymore. So I'm not doing it anymore. Like recently I didn't do, the last one was last year, I did it with a mortgage broker in real estate, but I want to approach to people and connect to people in a different way now.
Yeah.
It's a little more closer, more intimate, more like, how can I help you? What can I do for you? Because, with all my background, everything that I've learned on the way, I just feel that my role now is to share information, is to help people achieving, even for a company, company is a small business. I don't know what to do. My business doesn't grow. I can help you. I know I can identify what you need to grow your business or to succeed, or what are the gaps or things that are missing that are making you not achieving what you want. So, and I tell people that ask me. I'm pleased to help, because this is what I feel that I'm doing from my heart. And after I turned 40 this year, it feels like more like a mission, why did I learn so much? And now I know that it's to share and to help,
It's very beautiful what you say. And I feel very related to that, because we like to service. I feel really good when I bring a solution to a customer, right? Yes. But it's very important what you say, before you go into this virtual way, and it's not about just answering questions just like that for people. You want to build a relationship. You actually, once the people get to know you, you want to get to know the people. Everyone got different requests, got different needs.
Yes.
And like you say, you're like literally a book of information, and just to know what page you need to open to actually, help. I see you participating and attending every network event here in the community.
Yes,
and I always hear very positive things about you, and it's the when they say, oh, you don't know Rosie, or like you know how Rosie is. It's like some of them, they don't know that we're from different countries, but they get into, they put it in the bubble of like, they're like the ethnic Latinos, right? And so, of course, I know her. It's like we're a small group, but it makes me proud when people come, and when people is putting the name of the community with them. We actually they let us be part of them. They let us part of the community, and we find so many other immigrants in that who sharing literally the same story with an entrepreneur and with many multi hats and their business, and they're progressing. And this is kind of like the way we try to become, be part of them. But like you say, it's hard work. And you're doing something amazing now for that community. You found an association of the first Brazilian organization here in the Okanagan Valley. So now there is a legit representation here. And why you don't tell me about this? I think this is very important for the people who's watching.
Yes. BrazOka was actually a project that I had since I arrived here. But of course, as we have priorities, we need to take care of ourselves, then we take care of the others. So I started, when I first arrived in Kelowna, I didn't know anybody, as I mentioned to you, and I didn't know where to go. Like, how do I find information? Who do I talk to get information? How do I feel embraced, right? And I didn't have that. I had like I knew about institutions, Canadians, but you're not confident with the English. You're afraid of going and putting yourself out there because you're just new to the country. You don't know much. And I had that feeling when I got here, and then meeting other people, not only Brazilians but other countries, immigrants from other countries. They all had the same, like, I don't have anybody to refer to. And then all these groups, WhatsApp, Facebook, started popping up, and then became easier. But I wanted to also have an official institution where people could trust and go after information, right? And also to kind of share a little bit of our culture here to Canada, to the Okanagan, right? Because when we start talking to people, so what do you know about Brazil? It's Buenos Aires, the capital, or like the Carnival and the Ronaldinho, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's what they know. And they think that the monkeys steal things in São Paulo, like it's supposed a huge city, right? They think the monkeys are there, living there, is like a wood, is like, nothing to do with Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil is not that. And I said, at the same time that I help my fellow Brazilian immigrants to thrive here, I want Canadians and other nationalities to know more about Brazil, right? So last year, when I finally got the time to dedicate to this project, I founded BrazOka. I found 2 other people to be on my side. One is Felipe, that you know very well, and the other one was Rodrigo. He's not with us anymore in the association, but he's still supporting it. And we 3 crazy people decided to put it in place and register it so it's official. And then I had to do all the legal research and registration and all of like what an association needs to exist and to keep running, right? So I did this last year. We had a big, nice party. It was the lunch party. It was amazing. We had almost 300 people. So beautiful. Just a rainy day, but it's okay. It's like God is looking at us, and I'm gonna bless you with the rain. That's how we understood it. But it was a beautiful party. It was amazing. And I started working with another team, so we have now a new board of directors, and we are working on the programs the association wants to implement, right? Because we are here to help Brazilians. And the programs, they vary from like learning English, speaking English, helping kids of Brazilians that are born here to learn Portuguese or to keep the Portuguese, helping people to settle here, like what they need to know about the Okanagan. When even before they move here, they can be members of the association and they can learn more about the Okanagan, and a variety of programs that we want to bring to the community. And the main goal is support. Is that idea that I had, like the new immigrant coming here, arriving here with zero support, with knowing anything. Now we have the BrazOka to be that support for the Brazilian immigrants. And now we have finally our first carnival. Our first carnival is coming on March 9th at Metro Hub here in Kelowna. It's going to be an amazing party. We have a live band coming from Vancouver. It's called Sambacouver. They play Brazilian songs, all types, samba, carnival songs, axé, everything people want to hear. And we have also a Brazilian DJ coming to, make the party like unforgettable. And the main thing of this party is to bring that vibe of the Brazilian carnival here to the Okanagan, because we think people here connect with that. Not only the Latin community, but the Canadians that I've had the opportunity to meet here, and other nationalities, Filipinos, Jamaicans, like everybody share that vibe. There's something special here in the Okanagan. Yeah. That's why I usually say that. And that's why we worked, and we are working. We have been working so hard to put together this carnival. party, and yeah, it's like super excited.
That's a very exciting news to actually, for us that we haven't seen or experienced, or we never been in Brazil, got a little taste of Brazil. And again, I'm impressed about this event that you're putting on March 9th here in Kelowna. It's going to be hosted at
Metro Hub.
Metro Hub,
yes, downtown Kelowna.
And it's starting
at 6 p.m. It's a Saturday, so from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are allowing, it's family friendly, but we are allowing 12 plus, like 12 years old and older. Of course, the minors need to be with the parents or guardians.
It's going to be fun. Of course, it's going to be dance.
Sure, that's guaranteed. Yeah. So dance, people can come with the costumes, because this is the traditional carnival in Brazil. Is you dress up, you go to the streets. Unfortunately, the time of the year here for us doesn't match, because in Brazil now February is summer. Okay. Right? So here is winter, so we cannot go outside and have the big festivals and all of that. However, that vibe, and that's what we want to start doing it, because if the community embraces the event and like it and accept it, we're going to do it in the summer again, right? And then we can have the outdoors events and all of that. And we are always looking for, into growing, into accommodating more needs, into kind of thinking of more people, how we can include more people, how we can make it better to attend to everybody. But of course, we need to start small. We need to start from somewhere, and we keep growing with the support of the community. Otherwise, that's the only way we can.
Well, this is just the beginning. I think what you're doing, it needs to get done, and I believe it's going to be a lot of support from the people who lives here in the Okanagan, Metro Hub. It's a really good venue, and the spirit and happiness of Brazilians over there, that will be like a really good energy that they...
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I want to say hello to Felipe from here and Rodrigo. I'm really happy that there's an association of Brazilians and always looking to collaborate and support in this way, and so much to learn from all of us who are like trying to put our culture, our traditions here in this country, which has allowed us, right, and help us to work. Let us help us to work together. Congratulations for the BrazOka. The website is really well. There's so many channels and channels of information. Like you say, if I'm new here in the Okanagan and I don't know how to get my driver license, you find information. Yeah. If I want to buy this or I need those products, there's a tons of info. We invite the people to check it out, and also want to leave the BrazOka.ca.
Yes, BrazOka.ca.
BrazOka.
With K because of Okanagan, right? So BrazOka, Brazil Okanagan Connection Cultural Association. The website is BrazOka.ca, and we have also the Instagram, BrazOka Association, Facebook as well, same name, BrazOka Association. And there you will find more information about the party, how to get the tickets and all of that, all the resources we are making available for members. Non-members can go there and check it as well. The website is in English, and it's exactly to promote accessibility. Like everybody that needs information can go there, because the language here is universal, right? Is English. So that's one important thing that we thought about, is making it available for everybody that wants information, and everything is there. And we are still improving, right? We need to put more, we need to update more, we need to do more, and then that's why we count on more people engaged in helping.
That's great. Yeah. Well, we depend on you guys, audience here who's watching this. If you like the video, if you like the information, please subscribe, please give it a like to this, share with others so people can know and be more aware about like the movement of Latinos, Brazilians who are doing in Canada. I also want to say thank you to our sponsorship, as always, in every episode of Latino Sin Filtro. Lakeside Brewing is a local small brewery here in the west side, in West Kelowna. You should come and try it this spring or summer if you're around. And I would like to remind the people, March 9th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Metro Hub, it's gonna be a carnival. Live music, a live band, a DJ. It's gonna be performance, and it's gonna be costumes, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yes. Can you please make an invitation in Portuguese to the Brazilian community?
Claro! Minha comunidade linda no Okanagan, por favor, compareçam a essa festa. A gente precisa muito do apoio de vocês para que nós possamos crescer e continuar fazendo mais pela nossa comunidade. A associação está aqui para isso, a gente se dedica e ela foi criada para isso, para dar suporte aos brasileiros que estão pensando em vir para cá ou que já estão aqui, os filhos de brasileiros que querem aprender português ou não perder o português. Ela é para isso e também para promover a nossa cultura. E as festas é a forma, né? São as formas que a gente vai promover os eventos. A gente vai promover a nossa cultura aqui e mostrar que nós somos um povo muito mais diverso do que muita gente aqui pensa. Vamos lá, Carnaval, dia 9 de março, das 6 p.m. às 10 p.m. no Metro Hub, downtown Kelowna.
Thank you very much, Rosie, for making them by.
Thank you so much.
And this is what it is. This is what it is, video podcast. Inviting guests from every place, every country from the world that we call in Canada home, and share this type of stories and what is so important actually to promote our cultures and our traditions. And we want the Canadians and the other people see it and feel it. And I know we got so much to be talking about. I'm just very happy this is actually my first English episode.
Oh.
And you're helping me, making me feel more comfortable with this. I just want to close the episode, Rosie. What is Canada means for you?
Canada means for me a new beginning, a new life. Like, I came here as a nobody and now I built, a whole life from scratch. And that's what I'm trying to help people and sharing with people, is that it's difficult at the beginning, but it's possible. And when you're here and you stay to collect the fruits and to collect the benefits, it's worth it. So
thank you for expressing that. Do you got any message, anything you would like to add before saying goodbye?
I'd just like to thank you for this opportunity, for your support. I'm really proud of being part of the Latin community here. Count on me for everything you need. All the events, I'm always there because that's what I want. And I want to meet people, and I'm a people's person. I like to be connected with people, and I like to be helping them with whatever I can. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Obrigado. Obrigado.
De nada. Obrigado. Yes.
Well, thank you everyone. Please like us, follow us, and don't miss the next episode of Latino Sin Filtro. I'm your host, Saul Gomez. Thank you very much, Rosie Lopes, and we'll see you the next time.